Hey everyone, welcome back to another recap podcast from SNXweave, where we give quick weekly recaps of news and important updates from the previous week from the Spartan Council and core contributors, as well as discuss what the Grants Council and ambassadors are up to, so let's get started. For V3 Core, a number of small SIPs were approved recently and have been since moved to the implementation phase. These SIPs are currently under audit to get them to mainnet as soon as possible, and the core system is being treated as feature complete with all of the upgrades in preparation for Perps v3. NOAA and DB are also concurrently working on ERC 7412 since it's the best option for cross-chain pool synthesis. And the CCs are putting together the SIP to enable the cross-chain election system, which will likely go to audit after Perps v3. And speaking of Perps v3, it's currently in audit while the CCs work with Quenta and Polynomial on the integration. The current timeline is looking like 2 to 3 weeks for a testnet competition, possibly early September. The testnet competition is the next milestone which will help resolve any bugs before the official launch. During the Perps v3 discussion, the Council also discussed the new proposed fee structure. This new program will require front ends to propose the percentage of fees that they would like to collect, and that fee will go to a wallet of their choice. This system retains all of the same flexibility as previously proposed systems. Front ends can add fees, or they can request a higher percentage and rebate customers to be more competitive. The benefit of doing it this way is the percentages can always be turned to zero if governance decides against the fee rebate in the future. This is much easier than creating a new, compatible fee system later on. Next up, there were a few SIP presentations last week, so let's briefly review them. The first was SIP 331, to add a view function to retrieve market address by market ID. Presented by NOAA, this proposal suggests adding a view function to the Market Manager module, which will allow devs to retrieve the address of a deployed market by using the market's ID. The function is designed to return the address of the deployed market for a specific market ID. The next presentation was SIP 336, to deploy Synthetics v3 Core on Base. This SIP proposes deploying the Synthetics v3 Core system to Base with contracts initially paused. They will likely not be unpaused until Perps v3 is ready, but there may be reason to do so earlier. Mike explained that this would be a big show of support for the Optimism ecosystem, and may help attract builders to the chain. The process is relatively straightforward, according to NOAA, since Base is essentially identical to Optimism code-wise. This SIP was approved with 7 votes in favor. The next presentation was SIP 2030 to add USDT to Perps v2. Bert presented this SIP, which introduces USDT futures to Perps v2, allowing users to trade the price of USDT against USD or hedge their USDT exposure against USD. The feed is already live, and the expectation is that some users might make use of this product as a hedge if there's expected volatility. OI caps will initially be set to $5 million. The last presentation was SIP 2031, to add staked ETH on Synthetics Perps. This is a proposal to offer staked ETH on Perps v2, which will track the price ratio of their respective cryptocurrency denominated in USD. Bert explained that the motivation behind this SIP was to allow users to trade the deviation between staked ETH and ETH, rather than just staked ETH, which is generally pegged to ETH. This SIP was inspired by the success of the ETH-BTC ratio offering, and has been approved with 7 votes in favor. And that's it for today's updates. Be sure to check out our weekly recap blog post, share this podcast link, and let us know what you think and what you'd like to hear more about from SNXweave. Thanks for listening.